Hi, I'm Jenny Adamczyk, and I get the privilege of being the executive director for Providence Ministries. What I think is special about Providence Ministries, what's special about Kate's Kitchen, is the ability to build relationship with the people in our community that typically go unseen.
I just needed a place till my girlfriend took me back, and you could tell people they cared about us, and it started to slowly make a difference. And I thought I was rough around the edges, and these people just got right through it, right through me, and I know I'm cared about, and in return, I can share that caring with other people. That I had a God-sized hole in me, and through the love and kindness of people, it's filling up again, and I don't need to fill it with substances. I can't say enough what this place does. Hi, I'm George. I work here at Providence Ministries. I work in the office with the housing staffs and the individuals here. At this point in my life, I couldn't ask for something more fulfilling.
One of the things that we struggle with the most here is the people that we're serving are never at their best. They're hungry, or they have no groceries to bring home. They're struggling with addiction. They're homeless. They're beaten, depressed. Mental illness is huge. And that's wearing, because when all you see is somebody at your worst and you're trying desperately to instill some hope in them, that can be a lot. But we are so privileged to be able to have the staff that we have and the support that we have from people who also felt this same call and mission, like Sister Margaret, to be able to reach out to help those in our community to whatever capacity we can, and more importantly, to be known as the yes organization, not the one that's going to say no to everything. You need a coat? Yes. You need something to eat? Yes, we've got that too. You need somewhere to recover? Absolutely. And when you can start saying yes to people in your community, you're going to make a huge impact.
So my name is Brenda McGivern, and I am the chair of the board of directors for Providence Ministries. It's something that I'm very privileged and feel honored to do. The work that Providence Ministries does for our community today is just as important as it was back in 1980 when the organization started. They are serving a community, they are serving people who might be facing some very challenging times in their life and be at some very dark points. And the thing I love most about Providence Ministries is that they approach those people with dignity and kindness. And when you come into Providence Ministries and you talk to the staff, they are here serving our community on a daily basis with incredible hearts and dedication and passion. And they are helping people find the light again, whether it's through the sober living home programs or Kate's Kitchen or Food Works. They are helping those people in our community, and that need is greater today than it was 45 years ago. And that's why Providence Ministries plays such an important role in our community.
Hello everybody, I'm Joshua Garcia, Mayor of the City of Holyoke, and I want to talk and share a little bit with you on how important Providence Ministry is to this community. And you know, when you're talking about food insecurity, people who are struggling with some form of addiction, people who are struggling with some form of homelessness, Providence Ministries is one of the handful of partners that are doing the important work necessary to help people overcome and navigate those quality of life challenges. One of the issues that I came upon when I started mayor, we had our first cold front, freezing temperatures, and the community was asking about what we were doing for warming shelters, and City of Holyoke wasn't doing anything and hasn't been for a very long time. Providence Ministries stepped up at a perfect time and took on that role. And so we've started what we call the pop-up warming shelters that only activate during cold, freezing temperatures. And we're talking about, you know, if you're sleeping in the alleyway, you're gonna die temperatures.
Hi, my name is Al. I'm a frequent flyer of Kate's Kitchen. I'm also a homeless man with liver cancer, and I'm living under a bridge at the moment. I gotta tell you, without Kate's Kitchen, I'd probably be dead out there, and a lot of us would be. They've done a lot for us. They feed us every day, twice a day. They're here for us if we need clothing, food, any other services. Also, they've taken us off the street on the cold nights. It's been some very cold nights out there. I gotta tell you, I probably froze to death had it not been for this Kate's Kitchen.
Hi, my name is Jasmine Colon, and I am the Food Works instructor at Kate's Kitchen, but I started off as a chef at Kate's Kitchen, and I've been working here about 14 years now, so this is home away from home. The reason why Kate's Kitchen is so important to me personally is because everyone is like family. Not only am I feeding them, I also help send them where they need to go. So if they need detox, if they need a hospital, if they're looking for training, we look into where they need to go. Also, we just finished serving lunch, we serve dinner, we do this 7 days a week, make sure that everyone gets 2 hot meals a day. People depend on this meal. Unfortunately, they don't have anywhere else to go. So this is a blessing thanks to Sister Margaret, to Kate's Kitchen. So not only is everyone family, I also learn about their allergies and what they can and can't eat. And we cater to their plate. So some people can't have too much sugar. So we alternate their meals. So it's not only about just feeding someone, but it's about taking care of them as well. Working here is so rewarding to me. Everyone is family. I feel like everyone needs me. If I am not here, who will take care of them? I couldn't do this without everyone, though. That this team is amazing. It's not a one-person show. It does take a lot of work. People see it from the outside, and it's a lot. And without our volunteers, like me, who started off that way, we wouldn't be able to get all these meals out.
One of the things that is important for us is community partnership, whether that is in the form of, financial help, sponsorships, volunteer hours.
So my name's Rich Kozakowski. I'm the store manager at the Boston Road Stop and Shop in Springfield. I'm here with a group of my peers from the Western Mass Stop and Shops in Northern Connecticut and support staff. We're here to help in Kate's Kitchen today. There's a lot of food insecurity these days, and we're both in the business to solve that. So that's why we're here helping out. It's a good day to kind of break away from the store too for us personally, and we're fantastically happy to help out.
Hi, my name is Melanie Trexler. I work at Sunshine Village. It's really an enjoyment to have our clients come here to Kate's Kitchen and our partnership so that they can learn different aspects of the service industry. Working with our community that comes here to serve the less fortunate, really opening their doors here to us and also to the community. It's a wonderful partnership.
I'm Jim Wall. Was not born here, but grew up here in Holyoke. And I've known the Sisters of Providence, Sister Margaret, for most of the 45 years that Providence Ministries has been here, and had the privilege of serving on the board here. One of the messages that would be most important for me to communicate would be continuing and increasing support. The Sisters of Providence in their physical being will not be with us much longer, but they've been very strategic and very smart in over the last, as long as I've been with them, heading toward a place where they're handing their legacy and they're handing their work, their very work, over to the laity, to those of us who will be here. And so it becomes incumbent upon us to take that and bring it forward in the ways that they brought us here in the first place.
It was in December of '81, on Christmas, that we opened up the Loretta House. We had no idea if anybody was going to come. And sure enough, the telephone rang. It was a man saying that a woman who worked for him was homeless with a baby, had no place to live, and the baby was 6 months old. And would we take the baby? And that was on Christmas Eve. Now that was a sign of God. One of the saddest times for me during Providence Ministries' 45 years was when I learned that the shelter for women and children was closing. And I want you to know that the needs of homeless women and children today are far greater than they were then. And I also want you to know that 2 blocks from where I live is Tent City, behind Kmart Plaza. And that's where you can find women and children and homeless people sleeping right now. I pray that people of goodwill can open their hearts to hear the cry of the poor, the cry of women and children, and do something now. Act.
Providence Ministries is so much greater than any one program. Kate's Kitchen, vital. Margaret's Pantry, vital. Sober Living, incredibly vital these days. The homeless shelter. Each program on its own could stand on its own. But to have one organization that houses all of them is really unheard of. And so there's great pride in knowing that we serve so many different areas of the community. When we operate the homeless shelter, there was one gentleman who came in and he was about 6'2", 120 pounds. And he was dying. And I couldn't send him back out on the street. He had been living in the back of a tractor trailer truck and he needed hospice, but he had no address. And he had fallen in the snow trying to get into the back of that tractor trailer truck earlier in the day before the shelter. And he laid in a snowbank for most of the day because he didn't have the energy to get up. And he came into our homeless shelter and I couldn't let him go. So I gave him a room here in our men's sober house, didn't charge him a penny because I knew that I was moving him in just so he could die with us. And we cared for him for 8 days while he was with us. And his biggest fear was dying alone. And when he died, all of our staff was around him. And we just kept telling him, "You're not alone. You're not alone. We're here with you." And he passed. Was that by the book? No. Was that full of compassion and love? Yes. Did that echo the spirit of Sister Margaret? Yes. And so when I look at what we do here across all of our programs, our unofficial motto comes to mind, which is, love your neighbor, the end.